Always write your name on the back of all your artwork and your period number. I just wrote a number symbol, but please write your regular period number. Turn it over, and to draw a face, we want to make an oval shape. Kind of like an egg. And the key word here is bilateral symmetry. We want it the same on both sides. So imagine that there's a line going across here and a line going across here. And these lines, if you imagine a line here and a line here, these lines are more or less parallel to these lines. Okay, so now we want to find a place in the middle between this line and this line, which is right about there. Draw a line that's parallel to this line, and the edges of the paper. Then find another place between these two lines. Draw another dot or short line. That's where you're going to draw another line parallel to all the previous lines. Here again we have this line we just drew and this line. We're going to draw another line there. Right there between those two lines. Okay. And then we want to put the eyes on this line, the nose, and the lips. And then between these two lines we put the ears. So here I go, I draw the eyes. I can draw lemon shapes. And then if I draw two lines going down, the nose is basically going to be here. I can draw a little U shape here and have the nostrils come down like that. There's lots of different ways to draw noses. Maybe some curves over here. I don't know. Don't know if I like that much, but that's okay. I don't have to like my art. This is just practice. I might look back at it and decide that I do like it after all. In the middle of the eyes, you can draw pupils. So right in the middle of each of these lemon-shaped eyes, we have these pupils. And then if you think of two imaginary lines coming down this way, then the mouth will be that wide. So I'm going to put my finger there to hold that in place. The mouth will be that wide. So let's go ahead and draw the lips. So right around there. If I want to change this so that it's smiling or frowning, whatever the case may be, I can go ahead and erase that. And when I'm erasing it, when I'm erasing these lines, you'll notice that I'm erasing what I drew for the face, but that's okay because I know I can still see the light lines underneath, and I can just darken them again and then go ahead and draw the smile. Okay, the ears would go between here and here. So here we have a backward C that comes down, and then we have a lobe, an earlobe. Let's do that over this. Same thing here, we want to put here. If this is bilaterally symmetric, we want to put the same exact thing on both sides, or as exact as we can get. We can never get completely exact, but that's part of the charm of art. And then once we draw those ears in, we can start to erase the guidelines. So when I'm erasing these guidelines, I'm also, again, erasing some of the picture that I drew. And I can come back and darken the areas that I want to keep. Maybe I want to erase a little of this. I don't know. Okay, what do these eyes need to make them a little bit more natural? I should erase these guidelines here. Okay. Let's go ahead and put the iris in. So the iris is a big circle that surrounds the pupil. There's usually a darker line around the edge of the iris that's more apparent for people who have dark eyes. It's not so obvious, but with people who have light colored eyes, the dark lines and the pupils are more obvious. And then we have these stripes that radiate out from the center of the pupil, making them, you could say that eyes are radially symmetric, that the irises in the eyes are radially symmetric because they radiate lines out the same way a sun has rays that radiate out. Let's put in some little fold lines for the eye. So I start here near the nose and I go out. I start here near the nose and I go out. Eyebrows, I start close to the middle of the face and I go out. I want to do the same thing over here. Start close to the middle of the face and go out. Trying to copy each side so it looks the same as the other side. You don't always have to do this. Maybe one eyebrow is raised or something. But right now I'm trying to make it bilaterally symmetric. Okay, and then if we were making bilaterally symmetric hair, imagine that there's a line going down the middle of the face like this. This side of the face is the same as this side of the face. So we can do the same thing with the hair. The hair can go up, around on one side and do the same thing on the other side. It can go around and make a curl. It can go around and make a curl. And then maybe it can go around closer to the neck, so it goes around closer to the face and the neck. Goes around closer to the neck. So I'm trying to keep it the same on both sides the whole time. I'll go ahead and make the hair come down over the forehead so it looks more natural, covering part of the ear. Okay, if it covers the ear, then I want to erase the ear because the hair is now over the ear. Or at least the part that it's covered. And then for the neck, see how wide the mouth is? The mouth is about this wide. So then the neck is going to be a little bit wider. So I go ahead and put a line there and there. The mouth and then the neck is wider. So here's the neck. Comes down on both sides, but then it starts to flare out on both sides, and then it goes down for the shoulders, flare out and go down. Let's see, the hair can come around this way and cover the neck, cover part of the neck. So if it covers part of the neck, then we're going to erase that neck that's being covered. And that is a bilaterally symmetric face. One thing you might want to add, especially if you want it to be feminine, you could add some eyelashes.